What's up, guys? We got Nobleman Nick and Sillyscaper here. And we're doing the last bio video of the
Rising Tide
/ stuff coming in February, April area. So yeah, we got right now one that was going to also be a promo in the original when everything came together.
Yep.
That you could only get if you bought that pre-order is Thyraxis Dragoon.
Yep. First very humanoid-looking bug we're seeing riding
And
a very
it's a
normal
girl.
bug. Yeah, that's right.
Most of you might not have thought that, but it kind of looks like it anyway. So yeah. So not a super long bio, pretty long. All right. The hives of the Scordier are tightly organized. Each hatchling is assessed as they grow and are assigned a role that ideally suits both their abilities and the needs of the hive. Some tend to rhinobug cattle, some maintain the tunnels, but many of the bug folk become soldiers. Thyraxis was highly placed even among the prestigious warrior caste. She was assigned her own rhinobug, because it's a rhino bug, entrusted with its care and elevated to the rank of Dragoon.
Dragoon.
Maybe it's called that because it's so good it's like a dragon. I don't know. Alongside her fellow elites, Thyraxis was tasked with guarding the tunnels while the queen and her people hibernated. That is the last she remembers of her home, standing at her post, watching. Then came a horrible, all-consuming sound, then nothing. Now her chittering bellows of rage echo across Valhalla without end. Somehow, even in the distant land, she will find her revenge for the cowardly slaughter of her hive. So I think she was part of the same hive, and it just, got crushed. But they saved her. So yeah,
She's a big unit, if I'm not mistaken.
She takes up 2 spaces, but I mean, she's basically like a Templar, but a little meatier and goes out a little wider. So there she is.
And the one picture you see there, it looks like she has like 2 swords, but on the painting she actually has 3 swords. Like one arm is holding onto her right, another 3 arms, just swords.
Yep. So they were kind of saying she's a hive lord. She's a lot like Torquilon, but being as small as she is, I think she can fit around a few little crevicey, like ruin bush areas a little easier. So there's that. But she's Scordier, unique hero, a hive lord, terrifying, huge 8, another huge figure apparently. 6 life, 5 defense. Since she's a hive lord, she can use the Nagrubs, so that can help her live really long. Same exact like Torquil Noven. 6 move and 5 attack, so a really big attack.
Oh yeah.
Even more for the offense, she has Battle Frenzy. So if you get a 16 or higher after moving and attacking, you can attack again. And you can keep trying that until you don't get it.
Just imagine you just keep rolling that constantly. You just be killing everything.
So,
very unlikely.
Yeah, it's a big attack.
Yeah.
And then she has Maddening Shatter 14, which is interesting. So instead of, like, stomping on things like Torquilna has, we got that. Once per round, also, only once per round. Before taking a turn with Thyraxis Dragoon, you may choose an enemy figure within 6 clear sight spaces. So it's a ranged thing, which is cool too. So even though it's once a round, it's ranged. If you roll a 14 or higher, you may look at the unrevealed order marker on that figure's army card. And then not only may you do that, but you may then choose any other figure controlled by the same player and move the order marker to their army card. So if they got Otonashi, Isamu, I don't know, Chain Fighter, something stupid that doesn't do much. The meaty part of their army, a quarter of the time, Maddening Chitter works, you can take a turn away from them and just put it on something that doesn't really mean crap. Or put it on Marku, and then he might betray them.
Yeah.
And while they still have others alive.
And then just starts attacking your own men. You're like, no! Marku, why?
So yeah, you can do that, and then instead of, if it was bonding, instead of having 5 people attacking you, you got one person that maybe moves and does nothing, and then you can just charge in and screw them up again, just like the spiders have. So it's pretty awesome, except they don't move the marker. This one moves it, but yeah. So that is really offensive, because then you could get 2 turns in a row, a quarter of the time.
So that's possible. So yeah, I think that will be interesting. And that is a promo. I'll let you describe.
Well, imagine before that, if you got like Nilfheim with the green scales, and they got turns on the green scales, you just take a turn away before you even reach them quite yet. So he's about ready to blast you with ice, but then you move the order marker to something else. Like maybe they got Raylan with him or some other cheap nothing. And then you get to make it to them, and you get to start hitting Nilfheim pretty hard. Yeah.
And this figure will be a promo, come out in April, right?
This one, if you go to tournament, I think it's in February or March, or maybe March and April. I think it's February and March.
Okay.
I kind of forget. But if you go to a tournament, that's where you can get this figure.
For free. And it's a bigger unit, so that's kind of cool, because Shuri was the first one. The current one right now is the pirate, supposed prince.
The Dialect Prince.
For Heroscape Day.
That is Cornelius Breach. He's at National Heroscape Day.
Yep, so he's coming up for that, and then the other one
Then this one's coming up that we just talked about.
Yep. So.
And then the other one we're going to talk about, who may not have a bio yet still.
As far as I saw from last night, doesn't.
And if you pre-orders for April
ones,
not February, April's pre-order stuff. I think it's anything you get to, because as soon as you put one on, you get this guy.
Major Q11. I was stoked when I saw this. I was like, yes!
He looks awesome. So
I love the card.
I thought that was a rocket, but he's got smoke coming out.
I know, so I think it's like some type of like a laser cannon of sorts, because it's like a...
Which makes more sense with his ability, because at first it seemed like, okay, what's that for? But then I saw that. So he's got the big machine gun, the laser cannon, the triple gun, and the big hammer.
Yep.
And a lot of armor. So... Let's see what.
So basically, think of Major Q10, but like upgraded. I feel like that's what this guy is.
And he's got 3 eyes and the Vidar.
He can track it better.
A lot of armor. That's his figure.
See, that's the thing. You'll get this for free if you buy something. All pre-painted, look just like that. I like the paint. It looks nice. I mean, it's a little simple, but I mean, I like it.
I think Thyraxis was not going to be pre-painted, but I think this one might still be. But anyway, it'd be easy to paint anyway. He's like 2 colors and then red. So, he's gonna be a lot like Hellforge, where I think he's huge. He might be large.
Well, just like Hellforge, he's very tall and he's on 1 base.
He's a large 7, but he's really big and like bulky. But he's on 1 base, so he's gonna be able to move around better than Major Q.
Yes, and going on a lot of spaces. Anyone who's played this game knows when you're using those peanuts trying to get up on height, and you can't get there because, I get up there, but I need to get my other half on there. Don't have to do that now. So he's already kind of, in that regard, better than his original self, because he can move easier.
Here's the card.
Oh, yeah. I love, like, the way they designed him, like, in the picture. Just, like, kind of going out looking that way.
Yeah. He's like...
and if you see in the picture, he's actually like hammering the hammer down too, like he's causing an earthquake.
I'm not sure if everyone understood his powers, but I'll explain what they are. And also, none of his weapons are actual targets, even his arm, like machine gun thing. So
you want to show that quick?
Yeah, so you can see they're all gray.
So it's only like that area you see.
So stat wise, he's a Soulborg, Unique Hero, Major, Resolute, Large 7, which I think he was pretty much all that before. But he can move normal 5, range is 1 for his normal attack this time. But his normal attack is 6 attack.
So it's higher than it was before.
When you use the normal attack, it's called Vidar's Hammer.
Yep.
So when you're attacking an adjacent figure that, if you choose a small, medium, or large figure...
Or large, yep.
that's next to the defending figure. If the defending figure receives any wounds from his big 6 attack, which is gonna most likely happen, the chosen figure also receives a wound. So if you're hitting a hero and you do damage, you can kill one of their squad guys next to him.
Exactly, and then so I think it's what's his name? There's he's on Einar's team from the D&D thing. It's like broadsword or something where it's like that. But it's basically the same. But it's really cool. I like it because with the amount of attack, you'll at least probably get to kill something with it. Yeah.
And then he has 6 defense with 4 life, so he lives a long time, especially if you do some Raylan stuff like you usually do with majors.
So yeah, you give him more defense, and he has the same life as the original majors. 4 life, but they're
more defense.
Soul boards. Yeah. So
And he has only 160 points, which seems pretty good.
Yep, and you get him a height, even more defense.
And then here's the power that you might be a little confused about.
Yeah. I had to read it like 2 times to understand it, I think.
It's called Full Barrage Special Attack. It's a range special, attack special. When using Full Barrage Special Attack, Major Q11 may attack up to 3 times. Each attack must target a different figure and must have a different range and attack value pair from the list below. Yep. So it's not saying you can do a range. So here's the list. Mm-hmm. There's dots in front of it for a reason. It's saying 1 attack can be at range of 7 with an attack of 2.
Yep, so far but small attack.
The next attack can be a range of 5, attack of 3.
So a little closer but more attack.
And then the last attack can be a range of 3, attack of 4. And you can do them in any order.
Yes.
So you could do range of 3, attack of 4 first. Whatever. But what it's not saying, which I think some people might have thought, it's not saying you can choose range of 7, attack 4, range of 3, attack 3, and range of 5, attack 2. You don't do it that way. You do it exactly as the decimal says, but it's still really cool because he still gets a long-range attack of 2. Mm-hmm. And the closer you get, which most of the time he can do if he moves, you can still get range attack of 5, attack of 3. Mm-hmm. And then if they get even closer, range attack of 3, attack 4. So the closer you get, the more dangerous he gets, especially with his normal attack then. Even though he can only use that if you use that. I think his biggest weakness is going to be long range, 7 and farther. Because he can move and still attack twice on them. But that's the most he'll probably be able to get.
But I like the ability a little bit because it kind of did incorporate all 3 major range weapons on him. So he can just if there's 3 different units, different ranges, you can actually perhaps maybe kill 1 or 2. You never know.
So basically his long-ranged low damage attacks his arm here, I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. The medium range medium attack is his shoulder here. And then the shorter range higher damage is the big laser there.
Yeah. So, it's 3 attacks.
Yeah,
different range. It has to be 3 different units, but if you get yourself in an area where you can get maybe 3 units, maybe just 2, you can only use those 2. You're not going to use all 3.
So Q10 gets 4 attacks with an attack of 2.
Yep.
At long range.
Or 2 attacks.
But this can be higher damage too.
Yes.
So this is kind of right in the middle of his 2 powers.
Yep.
This other one is range 4, attack 2 times. So this one has more attacks that are a little lower damage overall. And then if you want to use the normal attack, Major Q10 never really uses his normal attack, but this case you might if someone dangerous enough gets close.
Yeah. Because then if you got height, that's
and it says, and he says it cannot target the same figure more than once per turn. So that's another slight weakness compared to the old one. You could attack the same one more than once, but you still get 3 options. If one doesn't work, you might as well start at the unless you really want to kill the far one, you might as well start with the close one, because if one attack fails, you can use the next higher range to attack somebody close.
Yeah. You can use because someone you're right. I see what you're getting at. Yeah.
But he's really cool, no matter what.
Yeah, I think because of this, this letting people know. The original it was a special attack, but being a special attack too, all these different ranges and they can get around some abilities because they're special attacks. Some special attacks go around certain defenses.
Yeah, which
like
Q10 already had special attacks.
Yeah, I know, but just reminding people out there with that this new ability.
If somebody gets next to you and it's like a samurai, you can just use the special and hit all of the samurai or something, and not get countered, something like that.
Yeah, so.
But you're probably not getting countered when you're using a big ass hammer either. So.
Yeah. So I like it. At first, I was a little iffy about the barrage when I thought about it. It does incorporate all the weapons, and Owl was my big thing. Personally, for me, it was that, are they going to incorporate all these weapons on him? Because if they're showing all these off, he should do something like that. And I feel like they did do it in a way that I'm content with, I would think. What do you think?
Yeah, I was hoping they'd have like an explosive attack, a triple attack, and like a long range.
That's what I was thinking. Like 4 special abilities. Like, you have to pick one.
It's still cool.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait for him. To be honest, he's like that was my biggest hype was seeing him.
As far as the 2.0, 3.0 ones like Drake, Raylan, him, Shiori, Sanlin, I think him and Sanlin I was looking forward to the most.
Yep.
Raylan ended up being cool because she has whole new powers and she's riding something. Sergeant Drake's like the perfect assassin now.
Yep.
Shiori's better than she was.
So
she's still probably the least good of the 5. But Q11...
Comments going crazy.
Q11, he's going to be really well-rounded.
Oh,
and Sanlin, he's pretty well-rounded too. So I still think of them, I still probably like those 2 the most. But
I do too.
And there's not a lot of Vidar Ular guys anymore, so that's cool.
And this one not caveat, but he doesn't have a bio yet, but when it does, we'll put something out. But originally, we knew from Avalon Hill that it's made out of the bits and parts from the old Q10 that got destroyed, I guess, at some point. But they do have a soul, remember, so I think that the Q10 is still in there somewhere, but as far as we know, it's a different robot altogether now.
Which means, which I was thinking about not too long ago, if you would want, you can have Major Q10 in your army and have Major Q11, even though he was made from pieces of him. So that would be really cool.
You can also throw it up to time, whatever stuff, future version, past version, I mean.
And you got the points for it. You could get those 2 in like another squad or 2 or something.
That'd be just crazy. Just blasting everything from a distance.
Yeah.
Just death from above.
You get too close, Q11 can just hit you with his hammer.
Oh gosh, yeah. They hammered. The hammer look cool.
If you're sending in Jotun or somebody to hit somebody from far away, if the plan is range with these guys, if they're coming in to assassinate Raylan or Major Q11 or one of the other big ones, he actually has a weapon that he can fight back one-on-one.
Yep.
Most of the others don't.
Yeah, because you said his original, he doesn't actually have a normal range. His range is 1, but he's got 6 attacks. So, I mean, and then that hammer allows him to kind of hurt other people around him. I thought I would have liked it if he had like 1 or 2 extra attack if he did melee and he had like a normal range attack. But
I think the hammer's cool.
I like it too. I would have liked it the other way.
I think more special attacks would have been.
I agree with you.
It would have made him better, but this makes it different. So that's good.
They probably play tested this, so they probably figure this is probably the best where they fought with round with him. So
it would have been cool. He would have been more points if they were all separate. But
I agree.
I think they mainly just wanted them to be a little different, so that way it's not just another Q10.
Fair enough.
But anyway, that's all the buys we have for you guys. So we'll see you in whatever next video we do, which probably is going to be next weekend during National Heroscape Day. We're going in Michigan. We might have another friend going, but it should be a nice little group. And
there might be someone else too.
The Cornelius Breach figure when we get it in.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have fun with that.
So if you want that figure and you live in the area, make sure next weekend you try to sign up, ask somebody on Facebook or comment here maybe to go to the Michigan tournament to get a free, most likely going to be $20 later figure from them.
Now I will say that there are some other places, I don't know what they are, but there are other places around the country where they're doing this. So if you're closer to there, you're not in Ohio or nearby.
But not all of them are doing it either.
Yeah, not all of them, but if you know the ones there are, go to that one too. So,
all right. See you guys next time.
Bye-bye.